Well, thank you all for being here this afternoon. My name is Peter Welch, and I'm the Senior Vice President for University Advancement at Loyola Marymount University. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you this afternoon to the dedication ceremony for the Coelho Center for Disability Law, Policy, and Innovation. The Coelho Center was founded in 2018 by U.S. Congressman and House Majority Whip Tony Coelho, who, as you all know, is the primary author of the American Disabilities Act and an LMU alum, class of 1964. Not only in his career in public service, but also in his life after public service, Tony has long been recognized as a national leader in advocating for change for the disability community. The Coelho Center is the only center of its kind as a Jesuit university in the United States, and we are beyond fortunate that the Coelho Center calls Loyola Marymount home. And we are also thankful for Tony's continued support and leadership of the center. His vision comes to life each and every day and is a strong reflection of our mission. You will hear from Tony shortly, along with remarks from Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. But first, I'm pleased to introduce my colleague, Executive Vice President and Provost of the University, Thomas Poon. Poon leads the university's academic affairs, enrollment management, and student affairs divisions, including overseeing the university's educational, scholarly, and creative activities. Under Provost Poon's leadership, the university has experienced significant enrollment growth and curricular growth. Dr. Poon has led a broad range of academic and social justice initiatives in his career and strives to create a campus environment that will form new generations of ethical leaders able to identify, to analyze, and to respond to the most challenging problems facing our rapidly changing global society. Please join me in welcoming Provost Thomas Poon.
Thank you, Peter. And thank you all for joining us as we celebrate this wonderful occasion. I'm delighted to see each of you today and to extend an especially warm welcome to Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, Trustee and Board Chair Emerita Kathy Aikenhead, the LMU Regents, our academic deans, alumnus David Herbst, and LMU parents Kathy and Peter Longo, all of whom are loyal supporters of the Coelho Center. And if you'll excuse me, this is much easier. Okay. So soon I'll have the pleasure of inviting two incredible guest speakers. But first, let me just say a few words about the importance of this moment. Selecting a new location for the Coelho Center for Disability Law, Policy, and Innovation was a crucial decision for the future of the center. The Coelho Center's time at Loyola Law School provided an amazing opportunity to build its foundation, establish strong connections within the law school environment, and develop the Coelho Law Fellowship programs. And shout out to any fellows who are here. Are there any fellows here? Yeah. Catherine Perez and her team have supported countless initiatives that have raised the profile of the center and inspired dozens of future lawyers to take up the hard work of fighting for disability rights and policy change in the US and globally. However, our vision for the Coelho Center has always been an interdisciplinary hub, allowing students and faculty from all colleges and schools to utilize the center and its expertise to advance policy and advocacy efforts. One great example is the Coelho Center's involvement in the Verizon WayMap initiative, which provides step-by-step audio instructions to people who are visually impaired, allowing them to better navigate public spaces. Because of the hard work and collaboration of my colleagues in the Provost Office, led by Vice Provost Kat Weaver, our Center Director, Catherine Perez, the guidance and support of Tony Coelho, and the incredible generosity of our donors, we mark a new chapter in the Coelho Center's history with its physical move to this location and its leveraging of our many faculty experts and our national and global connections. I cannot wait to see the positive impact the center will have on our campus community and on the many lives that will be improved through its influence. And now we get to hear from the man himself, one of our most distinguished alumni, Tony Coelho. A native of California, Tony earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science in 1964 from then Loyola University, where he served as student body president during his senior year. Diagnosed with epilepsy when he was 22, Tony's ministry is marked by significant milestones. Tony is a former 6-term United States Congressman from California. During that time, he became the House Majority Whip, the third most senior member of the House of Representatives. While in Congress, he was the primary author and sponsor of the Americans with Disabilities Act, a landmark civil rights law prohibiting discrimination based on disability. I also found out just now that Tony had a meeting with Pope John Paul II and convinced the Pope to change canonical law to allow men with disabilities to serve as priests. Tony then went on to serve as a member of Loyola Marymount University's Board of Trustees and received an honorary doctorate from LMU in 1987. In 2018, he founded the Coelho Center for Disability Law, Policy, and Innovation at Loyola Marymount University. A true leader and a friend, please join me in welcoming the Honorable Tony Coelho.
Wow, nice to see all of you. Thank you, Tom. Thank you for your kind remarks. And I appreciate so much all of you being here. Several of the deans are here. I love you for that. A lot of the regents are here. Thank you for that. Coelho Fellows are here. That's fabulous. That's my dream come true, to have all of you here. I thank David Herbst, my son, quote unquote, for all his work. But I thank so many people, Catherine Perez for the work that she's doing to make this dream of mine a reality. When I got here this morning, I was all prepared on what I was going to say. I decided that I wanted to go to the chapel and just say thank you. I went there, and all of a sudden, I broke down. I broke down because of the emotion of what Loyola has done for me. My parents were against my epilepsy, and I came here and I found a home. After a while, I decided that I wanted to become a Catholic priest. Canon law rejected those of us with epilepsy from becoming priests. I became suicidal, was drunk, and so forth. Loyola here turned that around. Father Markey was the one who suggested that I go live with Bob Hope and his family for a year, and I did. And Bob Hope turned it around for me. He said, you have a mission and a passion about disabilities and so forth. Why don't you use that in a constructive way, not working for business, not working for government. You need to get in politics. I hadn't thought of that. I said, okay. And so I ran for office, and of course, here I am. So throughout that whole journey, from my problems with my parents, for the problems I had when I was suicidal, from what I did in regards to disabilities. To me, it's all a little path that I went through, and I believe in what the good Lord wants from you. And so I love that path, and for it to come here and be here today is absolutely a dream come true. And so I thank all of you for being here. This is a great moment for me. Thank you very, very much.
All right. Thank you, Tony. I'd now like to introduce our very special guest, Mayor Karen Bass. Mayor Karen Bass has led the nation's second largest city and best city with unprecedented urgency that has delivered results for all Angelenos. A daughter of our city, Mayor Bass was raised with her 3 brothers in Venice, Fairfax, the neighborhood, and is a proud graduate of Hamilton High School. After serving as a frontline healthcare provider as a nurse and as a physician assistant, Mayor Bass founded the Community Coalition to organize the predominantly Black and Latino residents of South LA against substance abuse, poverty and crime, and to pioneer strategies to address the root causes behind the challenges faced by underserved neighborhoods. After being elected to represent Los Angeles in the State Assembly, Mayor Bass was elected Speaker, making her the first African-American woman ever to lead a state legislative body in the history of the U.S. There, she and other legislative leaders were awarded the John F. Kennedy Profile and Courage Award for their work making tough decisions to keep the state from bankruptcy while protecting vital services during the largest economic decline since the Great Depression. Mayor Bass is the 43rd mayor of Los Angeles and the first woman and second African American to be elected as the city's chief executive. She earned her bachelor's degree in the health sciences from Cal State University, Dominguez Hills, before graduating from the USC Keck School of Medicine Physician Assistant Program and earning her master's degree in social work from USC. Please join me in giving a warm and most enthusiastic lion welcome to Mayor Karen Bass. Mayor Bass, welcome.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that warm introduction and welcome. It's always my pleasure to come to LMU. LMU is very close to my heart for many reasons, and so the opportunity to be here today to recognize one of our national heroes. Because when I think of the Americans with Disabilities Act, that was landmark legislation, not just for our country, but really for the world. And I know many of us have had the opportunity to travel to other countries. And one of the things that we notice right away, I think, is accessibility or lack thereof. And I think you see lack thereof more than not. So what you have done in starting the center is amazing, and especially your landmark legislation for the Americans with Disabilities Act. As a national leader in advocacy, the Coelho Center empowers individuals through mentorship, recognition programs, and research while ensuring that the voices of individuals with disabilities was heard and valued. And I heard you talk about your son, David Herbst. I think it's a perfect example of your mentorship and your leadership, because he talks about you all the time and the impact that you had on his life. And so you have helped raise an incredible leader in our city. So thank you for that, and I know many, many more. So today's reopening of the LMU's Westchester campus opened doors for collaboration and innovation, which will drive impactful change, especially as we gear up for major events coming to LA. So as we were walking, Congressman, I'll continue to call you Congressman, we were talking when we were coming here, in 4 short years, we are going to have the Olympics here, and we will be We will be one of 3 cities in history to host the Olympic Games 3 times. We hosted the Olympic Games 40 years ago, but in 2028, it will be the first time that we host the Paralympic Games. And I was in Paris for the Olympic Games and the Paralympic Games, and I will tell you, I don't know which one I was more impressed by. The Paralympic Games was absolutely amazing. What people have done with incredible physical challenges, overcoming the challenge, and becoming expert athletes. And you know, when we think about the games coming, it's an opportunity to lift up this issue. And so I would definitely love to establish a partnership with the center to look at how we continue the inclusion revolution that really was launched by the Americans with Disability Act. It's an opportunity to highlight the fact that people have challenges which should not limit them, all that they can accomplish with those challenges. And I know that working here with the center will be an opportunity to really do that. So forging a new partnership with your center, the students and the alumni, as we prepare for 2028, we will do it in a way that benefits Angelenos directly, and for those Angelenos who feel that they have to be excluded, or that they are excluded, or that they have to stand in the shadows, it will be an opportunity to tell them that is not true. LA is an inclusive city. We are on the cutting edge in our state and California on inclusion, and we have an opportunity to really call attention in a very positive way. So congratulations to LMU, and I look forward to that partnership that we will establish. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Bass. That was lovely. And I think your words, I think through the Coelho Center with the City of Los Angeles, tremendous change will continue on equity and access. So thank you. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for being here today. I would like to invite Father Mike Eng, the Chancellor of the University. Yep. I'd like to invite Father Mike to give a blessing for the center. Father Mike.
Thank you, Peter. There was a blessing in here. I'm going to go off script just for a moment. After hearing such distinguished speakers, it's also good to give God the last word, okay? But I'm going to go off script and just say, I'm the older brother of a young man born with Down syndrome. So I grew up in a family that was advocates at a time when the disadvantaged, those who were mentally handicapped, really struggled. But as the mayor said, Los Angeles has been a pioneer, and it was the LA public schools that helped him get an education when people with Down syndrome couldn't otherwise. So I got to salute Los Angeles and the leadership we've had, which you continue today. So it means a great deal to me to have you here to say that. So the Coelho Center for Disability Law Policy and Innovation furthers the advocacy of every person. And so we then turn to ask God's blessing on this great work. Loving Creator of life, your daughters and sons appeal for your gracious care for each person who walks through the door of the Coelho Center. Bless all who enter here for support, and watch over Catherine Perez and all who collaborate with her. Turn your eyes on Tony Coelho, who has advocated so long for the disabled. Reward him and all the donors who support him, who contribute to this endeavor to change our world for the better. And finally, Lord, watch over our Mayor, Karen Bass, who leads our city and serves as one of its chief angels in the City of the Angels. Teach each of us present to act with deep regard for the infinite value of each person whom you've created. And may you continue to reveal to us, through the disabled, the true value and potential of every human being. And we ask this through your Son and our brother Jesus, and may I have a lion amen. Amen.